test. CFA was created then to provide a body of knowledge for professionals in the industry. When I did it, most people had already been working for a year or two, and they realized, as I did as a research analyst working for a brokerage firm, I should know really how to do this properly and where are the instructions. They were in CFA. The purpose of creating the body of knowledge then was for active professionals. But we had people saying, well, why aren't universities teaching this stuff? Why do you have to wait after you graduate, and you have to graduate to start to have an access to actually achieving the charter? And universities started asking, and in fact the most active and the most advanced university here was the Banking Institute at the Harvard School of Economics. They asked CFA, can we use your material? CFA created a university partners program, and the Banking Institute was the first and to date only university has this recognition from the CFA Institute that yes, they're using the material, we recognize the quality of their education, and they're officially a partner program. A couple of other universities are working on doing that. But the curriculum keeps tune with what's really necessary in the financial markets. When I did this, and over the years, it has been primarily investment bankers, research people who were the core. That's shifted now in North America to people involved in asset management and wealth management. More than half of the active CFAs in the United States are in private wealth management, what we would know here as family offices or high net worth individuals. The shift has been gradual. What is happening around the world is about 25 years ago, there was one CFA association outside of North America. It happened to be in Singapore because there were a number of people from the United States doing business in Singapore. Now we're in almost 80 countries with 160 chapters around the world. China, of course, is growing very rapidly, but Russia is an important market. And we're within Europe one of the biggest chapters. We're very pleased with that, and we're also pleased with the association with the Banking Institute. If you decide to do a master's in finance, it doesn't give you automatically a CFA. You would still have to pass the 3 levels of exams, but the material is similar. And in effect, because CFA is a global body of knowledge, it does not cover things specific to other countries. In some countries it's recognized. Even in Russia it's recognized as if you've done your CFA, you can be a qualified investor to participate in certain IPOs and things which are restricted to be cannot be offered to the public. But we don't try globally to teach people all the rules and regulations and specifics of every society. We cover globally the principles of economics, of equity analysis, of fixed income analysis. An important part is ethics, which in each of the 3 years is an important subject. But that's why the cooperation with a local institution is important, because here the material can be taught more in a Russian context. It's all taught in English. The exam is given around the world on the same day, or the exams, the 3 of them, are on the same day in English everywhere. But the content and the discussions in the classroom give you the context in Russian. CFA is not a course that you have to do assignments for. Basically, they send you a stack of reading, you read it, you understand it, you write a 6-hour exam. I say it's got to be one of the easiest degrees to get because it only takes 18 hours. A 6-hour exam once a year for 3 years. And if you pass all 3, you get your CFA. There's no assignments, there's no term papers, there's no stuff. But doing that on your own requires, one, that you're sort of familiar with the context. If you're already working in the industry, you can do that on your own. If you're not working specifically in the industry, you're going to find the concepts and the readings difficult. But you can do it. We think that actually it's much better to have an ability to discuss this with people who are experts in the field and who are actively working on it. And that's why the Banking Institute is a good option for it. You would still have to do it, and in fact, to get a CFA, you not only have to pass the 3 exams, you have to have 4 years of working experience in a relevant field. So it's not an option for everybody. So fairly restricted. But something else I should say? That's probably enough.
Maybe then you answer the questions.
Yeah, certainly answer questions. I like answering questions. It's much easier than figuring out what to say yourself. So it's professional, it's recognized around the world, and in fact in Russia we find a lot of people take the exam not because it's their current job, but because it really helps them with their next job. It shows 2 things. One, you know finance really well in lots of particular aspects, and secondly, you can speak English and understand finance in English, because you can't write the 6-hour exam very easily if you're not fluent in English. And therefore, Western companies like Credit Agricole or other banks, or if you're applying for a job somewhere else, really value this as a complement to a degree from a Russian university. So I think there are 2 ways to do this. One, CFA Association here, we don't actually teach. We're just a member organization of professionals in finance. We feel that there are other people who are better at teaching, and that's what the Banking Institute does. But if you finally do this, you can join the 500 people who have already passed the exams or are actually working in finance. We do business breakfasts and evenings and discussions and access to the body of knowledge as it continually evolves. But we're a membership organization, not a teaching organization.